right. We are going live any second according to this. Okay, we should be live, and so it would be wonderful if someone out there in virtual land can let me know that you can indeed see and hear me. So let us just wait a moment. We have Reverend Rich playing in our background while we are waiting for those few seconds to pass. That delay in time in broadcasting that the virtual world knows so well. And there it is. So we are still here. We're going to talk today about affirmative prayer. And if you are hearing these words, then, and if you have a question, then feel free to post that in our comment section. And if I see it later, I will answer that question. But for now, so far, no one is watching. No one. I'm all alone here. All alone. Maybe I'm not. Wait, maybe I can't see if people are on. People change things. I've been on for an hour. I mean, a minute, an hour. I've been on for an hour. No comments yet. Oh, 0 viewers still. 0 viewers still. Oh, comment coming. Damaris, hello, Reverend Damaris says hello. Thank you so much. All right, so we are live. We're going to move forward. Reverend Rich is going to support us in our opening song.
I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. So we are here and we are opening and we are recognizing that we are in the presence. In fact, we are the one. We're not in the presence of. We are the one. We are here. The Center for Spiritual Living Princeton is here as a divine idea in the mind of God. Yes. And we have our incredible Reverend Karen Kushner that give us our word. So all is well. And I say, get on with the show. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, those of you in virtual land, and good morning to everyone who wants to share molecules with us here at the Masonic. I encourage everyone to come to the Masonic and share molecules with us and be around like-minded people. So, did I say I was Regina Quince?
Yeah.
And we are a loving, healing, and inclusive community which teaches and practices the principles of science of mind for the well-being and spiritual growth of ourselves and the world. So that's who we are. We have a lot of new and diverse speakers that are coming to this, the Center for Spiritual Living Princeton. Reverend Karen will, no, wait a minute, Reverend Michelle will be here next week to give us a lesson. That's followed by August the 4th, where Reverend Karen will return here. August the 11th will be Reverend Frankie. August 18th is John Herron. And August the 25th, for the second time, will be Lori Carlson. So we have a great group of spiritual thinkers, knowers, beers, who have come and embraced us and our intellects. So please come and join us. We also have on August the 10th, 2024, a picnic sponsored by Centers for Spiritual Living of New Jersey and the Unity Communities. Now they're going to have live music. You have to bring a chair, and it's $30 per person. I think this is on our website. I hope it's on our website. They have a QR code. I don't see a URL or address to link to it, but
It's on Norris Town's website.
well, we're here in Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton. So someone with a camera, I'll give them the flyer, and maybe sometime during this service you can, I'm looking at Jeff, you can spell out what the link is to the New Thought Food and Fun Gathering. So that should be very nice. That should be very nice. I get this Science of Mind magazine. I've been getting it since, I want to say, 1976. I've been getting it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time before I even read the Science of Mind. It's been a journey in opening up to a different way of communicating and being with Spirit Divine. That's my name for God. Spirit Divine, creative process, the force, the energy that's within us. And today I was reading in the magazine, well, I also log on to the Science of Mind archives. I've been, for the past 2 weeks, I've been listening to recordings every morning in my meditation. You know, I just put on a recording, you know, and one of the things that I heard today was that your body, or your body is in your consciousness. And we think a lot of times that it's the reverse, that we have a body and our body has the consciousness. But in fact, what the teacher was saying was that we have a consciousness, and within that consciousness contains a body. And that goes into everlasting life and what happens after death, and at the death of the body, which isn't necessarily the death of consciousness. So I encourage you to invest in your understanding of this spiritual philosophy. It's out there. It's for you to build and embrace and enjoy, and to guide you and to direct you into something greater than what you're experiencing. I've been using it for the whole political thing, seeing this out there, I'm like, you know, and I just go there. I go into a bright and wonderful and blessed and graced consciousness, knowing that the divine is in each and every one. Each and every one. So think about that, chew on it, and welcome. Enjoy your time here. Thank you.
Slow down now. Be here now. Accept, surrender, and allow. Be here now. Slow down now. Be here now. Accept, surrender, and allow. Be here now. Slow down now. Be here now. Accept, surrender, and allow. Be here now. Be here now. Be here now.
Good morning, everyone. I am Jeffrey Starbuck, a licensed practitioner here, and I'm here now. Be here now, Reverend Rich was just saying, and I add wow. Be here now, wow. And I want to say, apropos something that Regina was saying, another way of saying it is the Sufi mystic poet Rumi said, of course he didn't speak English, but it's been translated, said, it's not so much that you are a drop in the ocean, it's that you are the ocean in a drop. It's not so much that you are a drop in the ocean, you are the ocean in a drop.
Oh.
And I'm going to lead us in a meditation and exercise, a practice this morning. And in this practice, we're going to tune into, I'm going to call it the God channel. We're going to tune into the God channel. We're going to listen in on what God, on what the divine is knowing and thinking as us. It's as us, in us, and through us, and all around us. So feel free to close your eyes at any point during this time. And initially, right now, close your eyes and breathe in deeply through both nostrils. And now breathe out deeply through both nostrils. And take another breath in through both nostrils. And now breathe out once again. And now breathe in through both nostrils and hold the breath for a second. Breathe in a little bit more. And now release the breath through both nostrils. And be relaxed where you're sitting. Surrender your physical body completely to the chair upon which it is sitting, or wherever you are sitting. Surrender completely to that. Let gravity support you. And when the divine is present as us, it speaks in first person. And so I'm going to read or recite, repeat these statements of truth that the divine as us is saying. I am prosperous. Yes, and you can feel free, everybody, repeat this to yourself. I'm sorry, say it aloud. Let me be clear. Speak aloud. I am prosperous.
I
I am prosperous.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am appreciative.
I am appreciative.
I am appreciation.
I am appreciation.
I am wise.
I am wise.
I am wisdom.
I am wisdom.
I am love.
I am love.
I am loving.
I am loving.
I am creation. I am creative.
I am creation. I am creative.
As the physical body, I am healthy and vigorous and youthful. Vigorous, youthful. And now, repeat silently the following and feel the truth of these declarations of truth in your body, as your body. I am confident. I am healthy. I am successful. I am beautiful. I am affluent. I am generous. I am loving. I am youthful. I am playful. I am intelligent. And I like the statement of Raymond Charles Barker. I am pure intelligence, always acting intelligently. I am pure intelligence, always acting intelligently. I love to laugh. I love being in this body temple, as this body temple, through this body temple. I love being diligent with my attention. I love being intentional. I love being present this very moment, this very day, this morning. I love being alive on this planet at this perfectly imperfect time in human history. I love being part of the transformation that is occurring. I love keeping my heart open. I love blessing all people everywhere. All people everywhere. Especially those I disagree with. Some of these are not necessarily the thoughts of the divine, because the divine doesn't, in one sense, doesn't disagree. It just sees the truth, knows the truth. I love myself. I love my body. I love my imperfections. I love the perfect way that I am right now, and the way that I am changing as I move forward. So now I will speak this word of truth, this spiritual mind treatment. And I speak it for everybody who is present here in this room and everybody who is present online. Whenever you are listening to this, even if you're listening to a recording at some later time, there is one truth. There is one love, there's one force, there's one divine creative power, and it is good. It is that which made and makes everything. It is that which sustains everything. It is always present. It is always good. It is present in each one. And this power, this force, this source is manifesting as health in the body. It is manifesting as a sense of purpose. It is manifesting as a sense of success in its mission in this world as each one. And so each one is now knowing their worth. They are knowing what they are doing. They are manifesting their desires for greater expression in their lives and in the lives of all of their loved ones and in the lives of the world. This source is harmony. It is harmonious. And there is a way for this source, this force to express itself, and it is now doing so. There is a beauty, a harmony, a wisdom, a love light. And it is everywhere, and it is good. It is spread over the face of the earth in all places. And it is expressing goodness everywhere. And everywhere includes where you are right now. It is the ultimate resolution of all opposites. It is the yin-yang, the Tao Te Ching. It is expressing itself as love, and it is good. And so each one now feels this. Each one listening now knows this. And in each one there is clarity. There is clarity about their role, about their expression. And the doors are open, and there is no limit on how much each one can express in their lives now this goodness, this harmony, this joy, this peace, this love. And there is nothing that would stop this. There is nothing that would stand in the way. There is no obstruction to this, the expression of this truth, of this light, of this life. And that is good, because this light is a perfect light, and it is shining in each one without any obstruction. And that is good. And I am so glad to know that this is true. I am so glad to know that this has already been done. It is being done as these words are being spoken. And it is accomplished. And join me now in saying, and so it is. Aho.
Where within you do you seek the silence? Where within you do you seek the peace? Could the answer be within presence? Or to just be within? Where within you do you seek knowing? Where within you do you seek the truth? Could the answer be within the question? Or might it just be within? I close my eyes and I take a breath. I know it's always within. I close my eyes, I take a breath. I know it's always within. Where within you do you seek the knowing? Where within you do you seek the grace? Could the answer be within the moment, or might it just be within? Or might it just be within? Or might it just be within? Okay, I'm here with some questions and some answers. It's the wonderful, the only Dr. Reverend Karen
Awesome. Okay, hello everybody out there, and hello everybody in here. We're talking about affirmative prayer today. I call it spiritual mind treatment because of my training in the Science of Mind teaching, and I'm just moving this around so you can see some of the pretty pictures behind me. All about affirmative prayer. So I had invited those of you out there virtually to post any questions you might have, and as far as I can tell, so far no one has a question. What's that about? So, okay, well that's too bad. You had posted it. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is I'm using Dr. Ernest Holmes' book, Effective Prayer, which the practitioners use in their studies in order to become a practitioner. And he's got a section called Practical Suggestions. So the very first paragraph he says is, "It is certain that none of you receive as much benefit from your prayers or spiritual mind treatments as you might. You do not permit your consciousness to range in the field of greater possibilities." So if you are of the consciousness of, and here I do know many of you have this little affirmative state paragraph memorized. If you have this consciousness, good and more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. There is no limit to the good which is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I feel it. I experience it. It presses itself against me, flows through me, expresses itself in me, and multiplies itself around me. Dr. Ernest Holmes recommends you say that 100 times each day. Yeah, you should declare 100 times a day. Now, he was a person who practiced this himself. He recommends and does spend specific time each day to enlarge his acceptance, his belief in, his receptivity to greater good. And spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer, as taught by me and some others, is a spiritual tool. There are other spiritual tools. There are other practices, and they have purpose. And spiritual mind treatment has the purpose to change what you yourself believe is possible. That is the purpose. When we do a spiritual mind treatment, call it affirmative prayer if you like, when we do that, we are not praying, God, please help me, or God, fix this situation, or God, change that person over there. We are calling on the law of God. Change me. Change what I believe. That's the purpose. That's why Dr. Ernest Holmes created this particular technique of spiritual mind treatment the way that he did. There are other spiritual practices that you can use to feel the presence of love, to communicate and experience and receive the wisdom of the divine. There are infinite varieties of spiritual practices, and I feel comfortable going to any particular religion and I'll try their spiritual practice, because I know every spiritual practice is somehow communing or recognizing some eternal infinite presence, and I want to recognize that more and more and more too for myself. And that's a very important thing to do, is to continue to develop your relationship with the divine, however that works for you. But spiritual mind treatment is most effective when you have a purpose for doing that particular treatment. The way to make your prayer, even if it's not affirmative prayer, the way to make your prayer more effective is to, before you start the prayer, get clear about what you are praying about. What's your purpose? Why am I doing this particular spiritual mind treatment right here and right now? Before you begin the prayer. And I know you may have had the experience like me where you just start your spiritual work and you just start doing spiritual mind treatment, and in the middle of it you're going, what the heck? What am I doing this for? What's the point? And that's fine. You can have that experience. But when you know your point before you start, everything that follows is an activity of thought working to fulfill that point. Think of it as a vector, an intention, a goal, a setting your sights. We have a sailor here. You know, you don't just like, let's go sailing and just, right, flow all around the ocean, wherever you want. Sometimes you do. And in artistic expressions, for me, one of the reasons I believe I have not demonstrated much skill in pottery or in clay forming is I always start with, I don't know, what is it? And I just fumble around with it. We have an exercise in our classes where I hand out pieces of aluminum foil. I'm remembering some people's creations, and I say, make something out of it. And so, you know, there's some people who are like me and they like wad it up in a ball and they're like, it's a ball. And there's other people who make a paper airplane. We know how to do that with paper. But there are other people who really think about what they're creating. And so our spiritual prayer work can be maximized in its effectiveness when we know the point before we begin. And it's okay to begin and realize you don't know the point, or you got to get clear about your point and stop and start again with that clarity of point. And it is also great to do spiritual mind treatment if you're not clear, so that you're doing a spiritual mind treatment for clarity. So if you're doing yesterday, since I was going to talk about this, I'm like, well, we're going to spend the day doing treatment. And my very first spiritual mind treatment had to be clarity, that the clarity of the infinite mind is my conscious experience now. So you can, in your purpose, say, I am doing this treatment for clarity. I'm doing this treatment for guidance. I am doing this treatment to have hope. I am doing this treatment to be closer to God. I am doing this treatment for healing. I am doing this treatment for a parking spot. It does not matter as long it's for some expression of greater good. Now, we don't have to do spiritual mind treatment for the good we already have. The purpose of spiritual mind treatment, in its maximum, is to change what we believe so that we are able to experience greater good than we are doing right now. That's the best use I know of for spiritual mind treatment. So if everything's going wonderful and you like it and you're feeling connected, there's no reason to do a spiritual mind treatment. We do it because we want a result. We want something different in our world, in our experience, and we realize that it's possible for us to have that change in our world if only we change ourselves. So the great thing about spiritual mind treatment is we are the ones who are affected by it, not God. God always wants to express more good through us. We have our human race concoction of opinions and reasons and excuses why it cannot be so. Spiritual mind treatment is to change our beliefs so that we can accept it for ourselves. And always more. So let's go with the person who just has manifested an absolutely phenomenal, wonderful moment. The achievement, perhaps, of your heart's deepest desire. You're at the peak of all the good you have ever known so far. Everything's in alignment. Everything is perfect. Everything is in the flow. You're filled with gratitude, with love, with joy, and all your relationships are even great, right? And in that moment, do you think, that's enough? Or do you think, and there's even more good for me? We have to have that thought in order to manifest even more good. And I've been challenged with this. My own personal experience in recent years has, because of all the spiritual work I've been doing, well, yeah, it demonstrates, right? And so I love my life completely. That's my consciousness. And it's so good, it could be good enough. And I have to, like an external teacher in me has to go, and Karen, you need to claim even more. But this is pretty good. You know, no, I gotta work, you mean more. Yes, even more. Because good and more good is mine is the consciousness of God creating more and more of itself. And because the divine is infinite, we are infinite too, and there's never an end. And whenever we say, that's enough, we're dead. Because we're not growing. And so it behooves us to always claim more. Now, more gratitude, more love, more joy. So it's not coming from a disgruntled, I don't have, and all I need is some more place. It's coming from this consciousness I'm talking about can only come from someone who realizes that it's all coming from God. How much more good can God express through me? And because we don't really believe it, because it is done unto us as we believe, we do a spiritual mind treatment to change what we believe so we can accept even more good. Spiritual mind treatment is an activity of changing thought. It's a movement of thought. It's a sequence of thought. Now, for those of you who want to know, how do I do it, whatever, beginners, you're the best. Here's the 3 steps of spiritual mind treatment that anyone can do right now. Step 1, God is. And claim something. God is love. God is harmony. God is health. You pick, but pick. Right? If my purpose for doing a spiritual mind treatment is to have a conflict in a relationship healed, I would start with God is love. Step 2, I am that love. Step 3, therefore, love is here in this relationship. That's it. You're done. That's it. And all of us who are advanced or hung around a lot, has been doing spiritual work a lot, whatever, we add, right, flowery things that we say in those 3 statements. But we're basically saying those 3 statements in maybe more and more glorious. We heard Jeff's wonderful treatment. I mean, he had all these great words. But my God, what a treatment about the oneness, the presence, I don't know. It was. I can't even. I've absorbed so much I can't even talk about it. And but that's all that we do is that we get clearer and clearer about what we mean and what comes out of those 3 steps. So say that I have how about this? There was a computer snafu in the world on Friday, and I actually know at least of one person who was in some airport in line trying to get it all straightened out, right? So if I were to do a spiritual mind treatment, say I was stuck in an airport, and what do? I would do a spiritual mind treatment to change that situation for me. I accept that my current beliefs got me where I am. Other people weren't traveling that day. Other people didn't have an automatic upload of their update on their computer and then have everything all screwed up. But I did. And no blame, no shame. It's just, for whatever reason, that is my level of understanding at the moment. But now I'm going to do a spiritual mind treatment to change what I believe. And then my situation will change. But I'm not doing a spiritual mind treatment to get myself out of this mess. That might be what caught my attention, and that might be my desire, get me out of this mess. But then what we do is we do that affirmative prayer to change our belief in that mess. There is an intelligent way out of it. Do I believe it? Or do I just accept my place in line? Now, it's okay, and I've been in that line. It's okay to go, treatment's too hard, I'll just stand in the line. It's okay. It's okay. If you like the good you're experiencing or the problem that you're experiencing, it's okay to have it. It's your life. It's okay. I'm not judging. I live in all kinds of unhealed false beliefs swirling all around me. They come up and they let me know. And I'm like, okay, thanks, but not today. I'm not doing a spiritual mind treatment on that today. That's fine. Let it be okay. This is about self-love. Love yourself. It's okay. It's okay. Right? However, maybe this day, no, I don't want this mess. Say it was your computer. Anybody out there have their computer affected by that? You did. You have a new computer now. But from the mess on Friday. No? Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. I was looking at, the world's comments on the thing. And in one write-up, it said, well, as far as your computer update snafu, technicians who understand how to work updates and things easily reboot, refix their computer so there's no longer a problem. There is a way. There is a way. I have listened to one of the podcasters, and don't ask me who, because I just listen to so many, I can't remember who said what when. But, actually, it was someone reading a book. So there was a book, and the guy gave a whole example of someone who was able to get an airline, a seat on a plane that no one else could. And so they were giving tactics of how to manipulate people. I guess that was the purpose of the book. But the point is not to manipulate. The point is there is a way. And as spiritual mind practitioners, one of the things I like to say to myself is, if anyone anywhere is able to demonstrate the kind of solution that I would like to have, then I know that they are using the same mind that I am, and whatever it was that they knew in their conscious awareness can enter my conscious awareness now too. I declare, I now know whatever it is there is to be known to experience a different situation in my life. It's a matter of claiming you're good, personal, specific, here, there, and in every scenario, in every situation. There is an intelligence in this laptop. You all know, if you saw me during lockdown, I had to say, I love technology and technology loves me. Why did I say it? It was using affirmations, a different and effective spiritual practice, spiritual tool, but I had to say it as a mantra because so much of me believed, the internet, the computer, technology. I knew I had a consciousness and a belief and an experience of I am a victim of the computer, of the internet, of the people doing bad things on the computer. I am a victim of it all, and I needed to work on changing my consciousness. So yes, I did spiritual mind treatment before each use of the internet, and I would include, I love technology and technology loves me, because I wanted to clear this whole issue and not have to do it on a moment-to-moment thing. But having the situation, I declared, and this is a powerful start of the step one of spiritual mind treatment. There is only one mind. It is infinite intelligence. It knows all. It knows all that is, and it knows all that can be. It knows all. It knows the way, it knows the path, it knows the solution, it knows the answer. It knows whatever Bill Gates knows. The infinite mind is one mind. That's step one. Step two, it's that mind that I am using. Now, as human beings, most of us disconnect and we think we're using a different mind. There's the infinite mind, and then there's me, who's trying to figure it out. And we have no access to the infinite intelligence all around us. Right? We're like that. It's okay. But when you do a spiritual mind treatment, that idea's got to go. We got to realize there is an infinite mind. Only one mind. That's step one. My mind is that mind. We have to say it because we don't believe it. If you believed it, you would have the access to that infinite mind and all its intelligence. So, Dr. Ernest Holmes says, be sure you do not deny your own understanding. So, if it's there, right now we have little gold things all over the floor, right? And we're very happy. It's not our responsibility to pick it up. But we get to see it. We get to enjoy it. So, I don't know what that had to do with anything, but there is one mind, an intelligent mind. If you're not convinced that the mind of God is intelligent, then you add more words. There is one mind. It's intelligent. Why do I know it's intelligent? Because it's creating this universe with everything interacting in this perfect, harmonious, synchronous way. And it keeps expanding at the perfect rate so that there's always a balance of things being created and in being in order. And that somehow in all this continuous movement of the universe, every single planet, every single star, every single thing has a spot. So that's like a long step one. only said because I need to be convinced about how intelligent this one mind is. And that's the mind I am using. Step 2. And my conscious awareness, right? That's our uniqueness. My conscious awareness is like the surface of this infinite mind behind it. And as we all experience, right, our conscious minds gets these thoughts from who knows where, right? They just come up into your head, right? Many of you, maybe you think you're listening to me right now, but all of a sudden these other thoughts are coming into your head. Like I'll say something, like when I said something about the little gold things all over the place. How many of you started thinking about how you got to clean your house? You know, I mean, where did that thought come from? It came from the infinite mind. It's always there spitting into our conscious awareness thoughts. Always. Always. And so we're just recognizing my conscious thought, my conscious mind is now aware of this infinite mind and all of its intelligence, and this infinite mind knows how to bring into my conscious awareness what I need to know to deal with my life in a better way right now. Didn't somebody say we had to claim intelligence?
Yeah.
Jeff. One mind. One mind. One mind. How many of us say to ourselves, I'm stupid, I'm not smart enough, I don't understand, or I don't know investments, I don't understand the stock market, I can't balance my account, I can do a checking, I can't, I don't know, I'm dyslexic, I can't read, I can't, right? How many of us do those things to ourselves? We have our good reasons. I was diagnosed, had this experience, or, you know, every time, and this is true of me, I will admit, although I'm getting better. Every time I thought of trigonometry, I would go, well, the last time I spoke about trigonometry, I sat down and I thought, well, what's that about, Karen? Yes, you took all these courses, you still don't understand it. So I actually Googled, what's the point of trigonometry? And it gave me an answer. And I went, oh, I understand it now. All right, okay, good. Done. I understand it now. But I had to ask that question, what's the point of this? And out of Google, Infinite Mind gave me the thought, Google it. So I did. And out of the infinite answers Google could give me, it gave me the one that satisfied me the fastest, so that me and trigonometry were done. Good, thank you. I don't have a need for it, but I know that if I ever get into needing to know about angles, trigonometry is there for me. Great. Done. Right? So that's why we have to, when you think of a spiritual mind treatment, when you think about affirmative prayer, think of it as an activity of thought whose purpose is to convince your own self. You're convincing your own thinking. You're not convincing God. God, I'm a good person. I have been a caretaker of my beloved uncle for all these years, and please, 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 just make my life easier. That's bargaining. That's, I need to earn it or deserve it or negotiate with God. I need to convince God to give me good. Affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment is not for the purpose of negotiating or convincing God. There are other prayers that do that. If you want to do that, fine, go do it. There's ways to do it. But spiritual mind treatment is to convince our own selves, to convince our own thinking. So that's why I'm saying anyone who starts, you can start at the level you're at. You don't have to know any more. You start where you're at, because the only person you have to convince is yourself. Convince yourself of what? Let's see. You need money to pay your bills. There's a quality of God, abundance. Abundance. God is infinitely abundant. I am infinitely abundant. Therefore, this abundance shows up in my thinking, in my world, in my bank account now. Thank you, I let it go. And we're done. And maybe you do it once and nothing happens. So you do it again. You have to convince yourself even more. Well, what about that didn't I understand? Well, it wasn't really clear. God is abundant. Well, there could be abundant garbage. So let me be clear about this. Maybe I need to get clearer. And I actually was sharing with Reverend Rich before. I was honored to usher at a business meeting held by a company that is an expression of its religion. It's a financial company, but their religion is the business's culture. And I got to be there. And their mission, when they started this company, well, one person started this company, was to empower prosperity through blah, blah, blah. So there's this deep religious belief about the presence of God manifests as prosperity, as money. And I think they even had money in that mission statement. I should have taken a picture of it, but I was just so agog, and all that was going on there. So to convince yourself that the divine, loving presence creates the money in your world. Some people have to do a lot of convincing to get there, right? Because many of us were taught the opposite. So, my notes were, in your spiritual mind treatment, no dilly-dallying, no wishy-washying. We're clear. We're focused. We know the point. We state it. This word, the spiritual mind treatment, is for greater clarity. And then we go to town on it. So, let's move forward in this practice. And Reverend Rich, and we will have a collection of money right now. And I will come back and do a spiritual mind treatment. But in your preparation for it, why don't you decide for what you would like the treatment that I'm going to give, the very powerful treatment that I'm going to give, for what would you like to be realizing, knowing, believing for yourself. So let's do that practice now.
So this is a time of practicing circulation. That's one of the facts of reality, there's circulation. Everything is always circulating. And what we're talking about here is specifically circulating money, expression, affluence in our lives, and in the lives of, in the functioning of this organization. And I'm going to read this, The Law of Giving and Receiving by Ernest Holmes. Everything in nature moves in circles. What goes out must come back. It always does. Unless the seed is sown, it cannot bear fruit. There must be a planting time for every harvest. Those who give all receive all. Those who refuse to give limit the possibility of the greater good returning to them. Love and you will be loved. Extend joy and you will become more joyful. And for those out there in virtual land, you can go to this website, cslnj.b as in boy, reez as in zebra, ech I'm going to repeat that, cslnj.brezzechms.com. And so,
That's for the Unity picnic.
oh, that's for the Unity picnic. I know. That was for the Unity picnic. Anyway,
We're CSLPrinceton.org.
CSLPrinceton.org. So that's easier to remember. CSLPrinceton.org is a way you can give money if you so choose.
I am the center of divine attraction. All things, all pure and blessed things, all pure and blessed things come to me now. I am the center of divine attraction. All things, all pure and blessed things, all pure and blessed things come to me now. What I choose to focus on is what I get to see. Every thought I'm sending out is flying back to me. I'm seeking peace and seeking love already here and now. I activate and celebrate that wondrous working power. The power tells me I am the center of divine attraction. All things, all pure and blessed things, all pure and blessed things come to me now. Speak my word and claim my good is here throughout my day. I keep the faith and let the light of spirit lead my way. That limitless creative God is working now for me. It's breathing life into my thoughts, for it's done as I believe. And I believe that I am the center of divine attraction. All things, all pure and blessed things, all pure and blessed things come to me now. I am the center of divine attraction. All things, all pure and blessed things, all pure and blessed things come to me now. All pure and blessed things come to me now. All pure and blessed things come to me now.
Okay, all right. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so you all have something for which you would like this treatment that I'm going to do to manifest as your changed belief system? Right? Right? Out there? Right there? All right. Okay, we got someone from Hawaii who's watching us. Hi, Patrick. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so this word is being spoken for each one. There is one mind, the mind of God, infinitely intelligent and everywhere present. There is not a spot, there is not a thought that is not this mind thinking. This mind is here, there, everywhere. This mind is recognized now. That it is the mind operating in, through, and as each one's mind. And in this infinite mind of God is an answer, a solution, the way, a sequence of thoughts that produces that which each one desires. It knows. And each one is now receiving in conscious awareness that which this infinite mind knows. Each one now has an expanded consciousness of truth and of all that is a part of that which each one desires to believe, and that which that new, inspired, expanded consciousness knows is now demonstrated in each one's experience. Each one knows whatever it is he or she needs to know at the instant he or she needs to know it. Because infinite mind is here, there, and everywhere, and it is here now and always. I let this word go to that infinite mind that knows how to take care of this and knows how to do it and does do it. And so it is done. And so it is. And that's the way it is. Let me know how you do. Okay.
So it is. 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 I said so it is. 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 Amen.
All right. So thank you all for being here, and have a great week. Bye-bye.